Hello my dear friends. In this video we're gonna go over Tweens. We're gonna go over basic usage cases of Tweens, and in the end we're gonna use our knowledge to create a simple grid-based character-like movement. So let's start with project creation. Let's hit new, Tween. That's enough. Godot, yes, create folder, create and edit. Okay, let's create the 3D scene. Let's add a mesh. We're gonna play with it, move it around using Tweens. Let it be like a box. Oops. Now we need a camera to watch this box. Let's create that. Camera 3D. Move it a little bit. Rotate. Okay. This is nice. Alright. Now let's save the scene. Let's call it main. Now let's start going our basic Tween usages. First of all, creating Tween. So this is how we create Tween, and let's do this. Basically, let's do this. Let's assign a script to this. It's going to be C# script. Let's rename it. Let's call it player. Alright, here we have it. Let's create our Tween. Now, as you can see, we can also provide Tweens with default transition type. Here in example it's transition type bounce. Let's not do that yet. So we create it, and okay, we don't need that step. Basic tweening. Let's do this. So what we have here is we call the tween property method. We provide, now we don't need mesh, it's just going to be this. We provide the node, the object property of which is going to be tweened, and it provides a path to the parameter. Now how do we acquire this path? In this case, position. We select the object, we go to the parameter, we right click, and we can copy property path. That's what we do. We paste it, then we paste in a third parameter, is the final value that we are tweening to. Now this position is vector 3, so here should be vector 3 b2, and then the last one is the duration, for how long, how much time this tween should spend on this tweening. So as you can see, we are not creating this property in the process or physics process. This is one of the great things about Tweens. We can just set it up and forget about it. So let's run it. Select current scene as the default one, and as you can see, the box started moving and it finished like 1 unit away from us. As you can see, like our camera is looking from -x. Let's actually fix that. Let's move it like here and rotate a little bit like this. so that we have like the same perspective. Let's run it. Yeah, it goes 1 unit to the right, slowly tweening, just like we told it to. Alright, next case, tween with selective transition type. Now, as we saw here, we can provide a default transition so that every tween created, every tween will use this default one, and we can choose it per tween, like so. So basically we need only this part, just append it at the end. Here we have bounce. Let's try this out. As you can see, it's like bouncing around. Let's try some other one. Let's choose elastic this time around. Run it. As you can see, it's different. Okay. Now, consecutive tweens. Now, we can chain them like so. Let's see, this one goes 1 unit to the right, and this one's gonna tween to the 1 by Y, which is up. And by default, the tweens are well executed one after another. So when this one's gonna get finished, this one's gonna start and finish too. Let's see this. Yeah, as you can see, it went right, and then it went to the position which is 0, 1. First it's like 1, 0, and then this. Alright. Now, consecutive tweens with delay. Now, after each tween property call, we can also call set delay, which sets like for how long to wait, to pause before executing the next tween. Let's try this one. So it's gonna be 1 second before the next one will get executed. Let's run it. Oh no, actually my mistake. It's not how long to wait before next one, it's actually how long to wait before current will be executed. So if we want to separate these two with some time, we should add this to the second one. Let's see. Wait second, and now this. Yes. Alright. Now, parallel twins. Before we call tween property, in the chain we can put parallel, which will make this tween to execute together at the same time with the tween before. Well, I mean, yeah. Let's do this. We don't need delay. Let's run it. Now, as you can see, it just moved upwards because it's not a good example, because like this tween tries to tween to the 1 and this tries to tween to the 0, and they kinda cancel each other out. Let's make it so one's gonna tween to the right and the second one is gonna tween to the right and up. So let's see how it's gonna look without parallel first. As you can see, at the right and then up. Now let's use parallel. Run it. as you can see, goes diagonal, because this one that goes to the right is executed at the same time as the one that moves it up. Okay, there's that. Now looping. We can execute tweens like some amount of time or endlessly with this set loops. Let's do this. Now for this testing purposes, let's first tween, let's say I'm gonna move it to the right, and we need that, and the second one is gonna move it back to the 0, and it's gonna be repeated 5 times. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Great. Now, AsRelative function. Let's see. So, what this function does is let me fix this real quick. So basically it tells that this value that we are tweening to is relative to the current one. Like right now, if we are tweening to 1, let's say 1 by x, we are tweening to that position like in the space globally, but as relative it's going to be the current position plus this value. So a good example to show this is this. Like let's say call these two twins, as you can see they're similar. This moves our node to the position 1, 0, 0, and this one to 1, 0, 0. As you can see, this one's gonna get executed, the object's gonna move, but then it's gonna stop because this twin is like tweening to the same position that the node is already in, so no movement will be like seen at all. Let's see. First twin executed, now second twin is executed, but we don't see the movement because it's already in 1, 0, 0 coordinate. But if we put here as relative and execute it, you're gonna see it. Here's 1, here's 2. We're gonna add 2 more. 1, 2, 3, probably 4, and probably 5th tween. So as you can see, they keep moving right by 1 unit because they are as relative. Okay, now tween callback. So we can not only tween properties, but we also can tween callback, which means basically we are saying like to execute a method, a callable. So let's do this. So I have this snippet. Let me get only what I need from here. Let's do like this. Let's do this. So let's go over it. We are creating a twin. We are setting default transition to be cubic. We set looping, so it's gonna repeat. Then we tween property of this object position to the 1, just like we did before, like 1, 0, 0. And then tween is gonna call a callable, which is, that's how you make a callable from a function. You create a function, then you go say callable from and the function. As you can see, what function does, it resets the position to the 0, 0, 0 position. So, and it's loops. So what we should see is tweening to the position of 1, 0, 0, then suddenly position resets to 0, 0, 0, and then again to 1, 0. So we're gonna see like slowly right, boom, reset, slowly right, reset. Let's see. Yes, this is exactly what is happening. Alright. And now the last one. Let's create a grid-based movement using Tweens. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the script. Let's remove this and this, just a default script. And now when we're gonna push up, down, left and right buttons, we're gonna move the mesh to the left, to the right, up or down 1 unit. Now here's when actually this snippet, we can just copy and paste it. I'm gonna go over it quickly. Let's format it. Okay, so as you can see, if input is action just pressed UI left, now UI left, UI right, UI up and UI down are default actions. They are hidden by default. That here, built-in actions. Here we have UI accept, UI select and UI left, UI right. So we are using this. As you can see, they are already binded, like buttons like left, right. They are already binded to these actions, so we don't need to create any new actions. We can just use the built-in ones. So if this action is just pressed, we create a tween and we'll tell it to tween property of this object position. Here we tell it where to tween. Now if it's left, we go to vector left. Now by the way, this vector left, vector 3 right, it's actually gets expanded as like vector left is actually -1, 0, 0. It's the same. Vector right is 1, 0, 0. It's just like a shortcut constructor of this, like a constant of this structure, vector 3. Forward is, I believe it's like -1. It's Z, and back is just 1. So half a second as relative, because we're gonna want to be able to keep going left, and then we set transition as elastic. Let's run this. Now let's press some buttons. As you can see, because it's as relative, we are keep going even in the same direction, because like position gets added up, and we have this bouncy interesting movement. If you have like grid-based strategy or something like this, or it reminds me of these old games where you need to like push the crates or something. So yeah, that's like the basic example of usage of it. So that's pretty much it. I hope it's gonna be useful for someone. Have a great day.